Hi and happy Friday, everyone. Today is August 24th. This is Bonnie Flint. I'm running for the Utah House of Representatives in District 17, and today I want to talk to you about educational funding, a tough but important issue. On August 8th, I was reading in the Standard Examiner about a visit Governor Herbert had made to Davis County when he was speaking to the Northern Utah Chamber at the Weber State campus here in Layton. And he was talking about educational funding and strong economy. He mentioned that there are two ways we can fund education in this state. One is to raise taxes, and the other is to build a stronger economy. And I'm going to quote him, and he said, I hope with the next budget cycle we can put another 150 million or so into education. Now that really concerned me because I don't think there are just two ways to fund education. I think there's many more, and we need to really get to work on doing that in this state. But I also know that the governor was wrong. We cannot build a stronger economy and then, as he said, hope to be able to put some more money into education that way. And the reason why he's wrong is because education is the foundation of a strong economy and a strong society, not the other way around. He's putting the cart before the horse when he says that. If we do not first build a strong educational system and provide the best education for our kids, we will never be able to build the strong, robust economy that we could in this state. And I just took the facts and figures that the governor was throwing around and did some math of my own. He said he hopes that he can put 150 more million into education this coming year. Well, this coming year, we're also putting 12,000 more students into education in this state. So 12,000 into 150 million, that takes about half of the money right there because we have in our state a funding per student of $6,064. So that's the numbers I used, and so that leaves us with just slightly more than 700 or 75 million, or about half of what the governor was talking about. Then, with the other half of that money that the governor said he hopes will trickle down, we would then be able to fund all of our kids' education a little better, and I mean very little, because if you then divide the anticipated 600,000 students we're going to have in this state in this school year 2012-2013 by the remaining 75 million, that will raise our per pupil spending by about $125, making our per pupil spending at just over just below 6,200, 6,100 something dollars. That's not okay with me for many reasons. It's not adequate funding of education in our kids for our kids in this state. And another reason is my husband is an Idahoan. We have a little bit of a rivalry going there. The next worst state in funding, and if you really like doing a race to the bottom, we can do it. Idaho's spending per pupil is $7,106. So we're still almost $1,000 behind Idaho, even with this trickle-down theory of the governor's. That's not okay with me. We cannot continue to put Utah kids last, especially when it comes to education, which should absolutely be first. And so that's why this issue right now is in my mind, because there are not just two options, raise taxes or build a strong economy. There are so many ways we can do that. And as the people of my community, I want you to join me in getting better educated about this. And I'm going to tell you about some things that really help enlighten the public on educational funding. So I'm asking you to join me in learning more, but also to join me in sharing your voices, telling me what's important to you and what you think. Now, let me tell you about some of the places that I've really learned a lot. One is the most amazing group called Prosperity 2020. Google them. Go to their website. If you haven't heard of them yet, you're just going to love what they're doing. Prosperity 2020 is a nonpartisan group of businesses, business people, and just regular citizens who are truly invested in the education of our children. And to that end, they started this organization with the goal of making sure that we really are poised to be a world leader, not only in education but in business, because it is through having a well-educated, globally minded workforce that we're going to build a stronger economy and a better future for all of us. So check out their website. Some of the organizations that are participants in Prosperity 2020 are Intermountain Healthcare, Questar, the World Trade Center of Utah, the Boyer Group, Ivory Homes, and many, many more. So check out their great work. And then there's a couple of people that I want you to turn to and look up their published writings and the things that they know. One is Kim Birmingham, who has been an educator in this state for decades and is very well respected. He's a Davis County resident, worked here as an educator for years, was in the state, was on the state school board for years and years. I think he just recently retired from that. He is a brilliant mind when it comes to funding education. He still writes about it profusely and blogs about it, has just great ideas about where we were on educational funding and where we've gone. And though some will report that we are doing better in educational funding, we absolutely are not. And he's got the facts and figures to show you that. And by facts and figures, I mean the real facts, not anything that's skewed or stilted. So check out his writings. Another person I would like you to check out is Doug McDonald, M-A-C, not M-C. Doug McDonald is running also for the Utah House of Representatives in Farmington, and he has worked for the budget office. He really understands funding through that lens, and he knows what has happened to our educational funding in the state of Utah over the past 15 or so years, and how we have siphoned money that was earmarked only for education and was supposed to have been used for nothing else. We've siphoned it away to other things, and so check out what you can find on the Prosperity 2020 website, what you can find from Kim Birmingham's writings, what you can find from Doug McDonald, and use them to help educate yourself on educational funding. And also check out what Governor Herbert has had to say and what he's done for education. It hasn't all been bad. In fact, I'm a colleague of his, and I work on the Governor's World Language Council. I'm also a member of his International Education Committee, so we work closely on educational issues. And that's just the thing. We don't have to be foes in this state, red or blue, male or female, or anything like that. We really can work together, and he has set a precedent of working with people and listening to others, and so I hope he listens to me on this. And Governor, you're wrong. We have to absolutely put education first and realize it's the foundation of everything we do in this state, and our kids come number one in all of our hearts and minds. And I am so glad you're able to tune in today, and I'll see you tomorrow.